Share and share alike.
Share and share alike. That's right.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello. How have you been? Pretty good.
Great.
I had a
Not all
great day.
jump on this at once, right?
I was going to say, everybody's really tired. I just sense a lot of tired,
Yeah.
And I'm going to blame it on the middle between the two eclipses. How about that?
That's a perfect place to put it.
And this is interesting. I'm going to wait and say hello to some folks once they get here. I know Annie's already here, so welcome, honey. So today, I've been watching the speaker votes, and I just love Democrats. They just all hang together like
That's sweet.
glue, And so
My
yesterday,
favorite color.
Jim Jordan got 20 other people's votes, and today got 22. And one of the people wanted to have John Boehner, which killed me. It really was funny. And so this guy Bacon, he comes on to talk to Jake Tapper after it's all over. And apparently they've been terrorizing his wife, Bacon's wife, and saying if your husband doesn't vote for Jim, then he's never going to get reelected and all this other junk. And he said they are going to be, if the more votes there are, the more people will vote against him. They've planned it. Now, I find it very funny, but at the same time, it's stopping up everything, And so I know. I just think that let Patrick McHenry do the job for about 30 days and take your time,
Yeah.
You just give him a little bit.
Keep the work going.
Keep the work going.
It's a clown's club. I mean, it really is.
It is.
I mean,
it is.
They should be so embarrassed. It's like they can't even get their shit together.
They're saying it now too. They're agreeing.
They are.
The more reasonable ones, I guess, are saying this is ridiculous. But anyway, it's just interesting. But we don't need it at this point in time with all the things that are going on. We need some solidarity. A little positivity in the room. Yeah. Anyway, so welcome to the Dream Show. I'm going to step out of this mess we call politics and move on to something much, much more exciting. So welcome to Kelly, our Cali healer.
Hi,
and
everybody.
Welcome to Terry. And I always spell her name wrong, and I went back in and took out one of the R's.
There's so many of us now.
And then we have our Diana Bowles, our oil painter. And welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here with me tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, sure.
I did hear from Katie. She's doing well. She's not having much luck catching any shows because the time is so different over in Spain. But she is feeling better. And her brother is kind of like feeling better, but not, he's kind of going in and out. But, I've been sending lots of love over there to him. So look at this. I can't compete with somebody who does all this.
Annie there.
That's amazing, Annie.
Annie, you sound like me when my husband calls it banshee mode. I'll get in my mind what I got to do, and I'm like, I won't stop till everything is done. And then I'm exhausted for 3 days. So I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So
what a great feeling, though, to get all that stuff done.
To get it accomplished.
Yes. Good tonight, Annie.
Sorry.
So I managed to grade 150 student papers in 2 days. And so I felt accomplished when I got that done. So
sure.
And some of them were actually good. I'm sorry, Diana. Go ahead.
No. I'm glad that some of them are good. That gives us hope. That heavily accomplished day happened yesterday because I knew I was driving down to Plymouth today, and the southbound side of the expressway, which isn't an expressway, but they're
Right.
trying to make it one while people are still driving on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was an hour delay. And I was prepared for a half hour because that's what it's been.
Yeah.
Today was an hour delay.
What I hate is if you're sitting there and you got to pee really bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it gets really bad. Your teeth start to float,
Right? And they give you an off ramp for a diverse route to get there.
Oh,
but
okay.
It takes just as long.
Just
and
as long.
Put on 15, 30 extra miles. So I'm just going to sit here. Hard to get an accident when nobody's moving.
We just have to be glad that Joe's infrastructure bill is doing so well. That's
the way I look at it.
Yeah. Especially Michigan, which is really, really very supportive in the Democratic.
Oh yeah. Come on, all our girls are 3 witches in
Oh yeah, you got all those great girls working for you. So I want to say hi to Teresa, Lisa Foster, Teresa Baltazar, and Teresa Hadarian. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Ladies. Barbara Nesper's here. Annie's in her PJs. I love that. So am I.
Me too.
So am I. Red flannels.
All right. Akila's here. And Simpson, if you haven't seen it, she had her picture on Facebook in front of the pyramid with her husband. She was in Egypt.
No,
oh my gosh.
I'll go looking. I'll go looking.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Wow.
And we have, you want Miles, Karen Doyle and Juanita. Hi, Juanita. You were Banshee all over the place, and now you're sick. Oh, Ann, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Lisa's chasing 7 kittens and a puppy around the house. Oh, my God, girl. Get yourself some roller skates, Lisa. Yeah, you'll need them, honey. Yeah. All right. I've got your dream there. We'll talk about it. What do you see? What else we got here? Laurie Hunsinger. Nice to see you, honey. Rossi. Whoopi Rich. And did I miss anybody? I don't think so. But if I did, I'm sorry. It's nice to see you. Annie says you have you're going to share a piece of art you made?
Well, it's in my dream journal. It was actually a piece of art that Annie Bear did.
Oh.
If you saw her video it was on the day of the eclipse, right? Mm-hmm. Where she was drumming.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Right? Around an altar and had lit sweetgrass, etc.
Oh.
And she had a piece of art up.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I'm looking at it on a little screen. I'm not looking on the computer. So I see a piece of art that's like this. And it reminded me of a dream that I had and drew about. Mm-hmm. And I went back to find it. And I did. And it was on April 10th.
Oh, wow.
That's what writing it down helps you do. Remember them.
Understand.
And so when I saw her artwork and it was this size, I immediately thought about this dream. Let me start out by saying I plunged through the atmosphere that presented itself like shards of glass, crystal, and they flashed colors of every shade of purple imaginable with silver as well. And it started out like that. When I got through to the other side of the portal, we were all there preparing for a wedding. I don't know who I was talking about. Some sort of reunion. The colors inside were the light blue and this turquoise and white and all these other colors that were on her painting. Now, you might even remember, I think I talked about it. I had been writing on this unicorn, right? And we were going to go through here. This is where the shards of glass and crystals were. In this portal, through this square, into this triangle, boom, you go hit through the center. But it wasn't a swan, it had 4 legs. It was a unicorn dragon. And when I saw her like the center of her painting is really more like an owl. This is what
Oh.
I saw, and it was I was diving into it this way, and then she had some like an orb that was the earth, an orb that was water, a star, flash of a star. The center of it looked basically like the eyes of an owl, and then she had a medicine wheel with the 4 directions, the colors that were used before Black Elk changed the colors that were meant for all the directions. So it's the traditional Lakota wheel. But when I saw that little picture, that's all I could think of.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of a link. And I want to know what that is. Why was I taken back to that memory from looking at her gorgeous painting?
April, you said it was April?
It was in April 10th.
So that would have been Aries. Is there something going on in Aries right now?
No.
Because you know how connected you are to astrology. So I saw.
Right. Well, and I also wanted to ask Annie, when did you paint that?
Okay.
Does it coincide with this dream because that's when you painted it?
Yeah, maybe. I, just as you said, started to tell your story. I had a dream one night, and I remember seeing this picture, and it was very vivid, and I can't even explain what it is. All I know is I found this guy named Lars Muhl, Muhl, and he has a YouTube, and he has books out, and he's from like Denmark or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And I went to his channel the day after I had that dream, and I'll be damned if it wasn't on the wall. The painting was on the wall.
What?
Exactly what I saw.
That's so cool.
That
Wow.
background of Greg Braden shows, that cube thing that he's got back there with the black and purple. I had
Yes.
a dream of that before I had ever seen that he had switched his background to that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me see. I
It
know
was just, I got the chills. It was like, oh my God.
Oh,
It
I
was like a
bet.
precognition, wouldn't you say? Like I
Yeah.
knew I was going to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Precognition and synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know I screenshotted it, but I
Annie says to pull some cards.
don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
She
So,
said it
also-
was 2 Earths. Yeah.
so it really, this is her picture.
Oh. Oh, beautiful.
You see?
Yeah,
And
I see it.
We
I
painted
mean-
it a few days ago.
okay, so the dates don't coincide.
Doesn't matter
But-
though. Time is not
Exactly.
Yeah.
linear.
Exactly. And these were the colors that when I went through that portal, this is really what was showing up. And the medicine wheel, well, I have that everywhere. So it just made sense that it was there.
Okay. So she says she worked on it for a few days. But isn't the colors that are in there, isn't that the red road? I'm sorry, the blue road and the white road and the yellow road, and isn't that
Well,
for the
yes,
directions?
the yellow is the east.
Yep.
And that is illumination. The south is faith.
Yep.
That's the red.
Mhm.
And the red road to the blue road, which is in the white, in the north,
Mhm.
which is, wisdom and gratitude. And then the west is the contemplation. And that,
Yep. Wow. I just really think that because time isn't linear, when we're ready and prepared for what it is that we see or feel, then we, because obviously it triggered something in you to remember the
yes.
dream you had.
And it really was that oval part that was like a beak,
Okay.
which is what the nose of that horse went right through that perfectly and exploding into the colors that are in her background.
Wow.
And there's, like I have, those orbs are floating,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
of course, the cross is the medicine wheel,
Yeah. You
which
did.
was a circle inside the triangle, inside a rectangle, inside a.
Yeah. That reminds me of Stargate, that old movie with James Spader. Remember that?
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, pull card.
I pulled a card that says request. Hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
It's almost as though things get unveiled in places. This looks like an egg timer to me.
Yes, me too.
And in the egg timer, there's something hidden. So it's like the hidden message that you wouldn't know unless you took it apart.
Even I got messengers that it was they were coming in bringing messages, and I got that there was magic involved in it. But I also did get that it was synchronicity too, and I got that it was deep emotional healing for you, Diana.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, and the whole swan unicorn thing is about transition anyway,
Mm-hmm.
transformation.
True. Yeah. Terry?
When you were talking about it, Diana, and that at the beginning, the colors were different than at the end, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting a lot of Palladian energy with that.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Palladians and Lakota, also I think Arcturians and Lakota
Yeah.
are very connected. And then
Oh,
I
look
pulled
at
up my Palladian cards, and and there you have
I
it,
can't make this.
right? And
Oh,
purpose
wow.
and
What?
service.
That's the.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I'm not
So-
pulling cards for this. I'm letting you guys do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So your highest service is to the world, to refine and become the best version of yourself, which you're somebody that's always working on something, right, Diana? And you are constantly evolving. Like you still have that curiosity. That's huge. Yeah, the Merkaba
Yeah.
and and transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
And my card, the card says that your heart is ready to heal from the past experiences, and you're willing to devote time and energy towards your therapeutic care.
Oh, nice.
I love this because, and people have said we can time travel because we're able to access it. You know, maybe our whole body doesn't go, but our minds do, you know, and our soul through the astral plane.
Yeah. There's
Hi, Amanda.
yeah, working with time. It's
And you know,
just a portal.
if I think about it, back around April 10th is when I became aware of Annie Bear.
Oh,
You know?
Interesting.
wow.
That's so interesting.
That's
Uh-huh.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really cool. Well,
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
it just shows the connectivity. You're so connected, Diana, to so many of us in this community. When I didn't feel good the other day and I got dizzy, you said you felt that I got dizzy at that moment in time. And you always do stuff with Jay. You're meeting people here and there and hither and yon. So you are so connected. It's amazing. So
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment.
definitely are. Hi, Samantha, and Amanda is here. So I do have some dreams
All
to
right.
share. And so Lisa, I'll get to yours in just a minute. I'm going to quickly look here at Juanita's. She had a dream. She was using tarot cards in her dream. Well, that, my dear, is a prognostication. Oh, wow. Do you remember what you pulled? That would be an interesting thing, wouldn't it? Like if, she knew she, pulled the Queen of Pentacles or something, she knew that would be a message within the message. The dream within the dream. Yeah. I get trust.
So that's what I got. I got trust.
No.
She said she remembers the cards were black.
Oh, the cards were black. So they were shadow cards. Have you seen, there's a tarot deck out there. There's a couple of them. One's called the Inverted, and they're like black and white images. And then there's a black and white tarot deck as well.
Yeah, I've looked at the inverted one.
Yeah. Wow. Kelly, I can't believe you.
I know, right? It's trust.
Trust it. Yeah.
I got I don't know what it is with the Merkaba and the pyramid.
Oh,
But
And a W for Wonder Woman.
yeah, that's right. And the angel in the center, but soul writing, Juanita. So
Oh,
this is something of your soul, kind of your soul contract, or what you want to do in this lifetime, this intuitive readings and how intuitive you are, Juanita, and working on it.
mm-hmm.
I've got wish.
Trust and wish.
Trust that your wish will come true.
Uh-huh.
Manifest.
Yep. Yeah, we got sacred
Right in.
geometry. Yeah, the
A little
pyramids
bit of
and the
sacred
Merkaba.
geometry going on.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
Definite.
Yeah.
Pyramids.
I'm wearing my flower of life, so
Oh,
we
there you
got
go.
And Diane has on her bindi, and I got
Yeah.
leaves. Leave me alone.
Oh, leave me alone. I got skeleton hands.
Oh, look at that.
oh my God, those are so cute. I love those.
Mhm.
Where'd I get them?
Yeah. Mhm. All right. So Lisa Foster has a dream that has a few places here. Let's see. I had a dream about someone I admired back in the 80s. His name was David H., and he was playing the piano and singing a song from the movie The Sound of Music. What does it mean? But then she said he has passed away back in 2018. Okay. Well,
Was it romantic, Lisa?
I wonder that too, because I pulled a new partner in relationship, and so if it wasn't, I really kind of wonder if it wasn't, maybe you guys had another life, had a
she had a
relationship.
crush on him. Yeah.
Well, and I would like to know what the song was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you know which song it was, Lisa, tell us which one it was.
Yeah.
Was it, Edelweiss or The Sound of Music, or was it Do Re Mi? Or
Like The Hills Are Alive is what I keep hearing.
Right.
okay,
So
Yeah,
I
Sound of
don't know
Music.
that that's the song, but that's what keeps.
he was gay
Oh.
though. I didn't know it at the time. She said, "Okay,
Yeah, some of my favorite boyfriends were gay too.
I know. What is it? They're the handsomest ones.
And they're the best.
Oh my God, such a gentleman
They
too.
understand us? Is that?
I
Yes,
really
that's
think.
it. The
I
Hills
think
Were Alive.
Lisa- Oh, go ahead.
No, what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I really think that you guys had in a past life, you two were in a relationship, and that was the connection. And I do really feel like he checks in on you, and really checks in on you often. And I really think that he was probably checking in on you last night, or when you had this, and that was one of his visits with you.
Didn't
So
she
I
say
get-
that he? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. I get prepare. Maybe he wants you to prepare for hearing from him more, seeing more of him in the dream. That's the way they contact you. I don't know. I'll let the other ladies see. Oh, he's an excellent singer. Okay.
Tenor. But
So-
do you
and-
remember the song that he was singing?
It was The Hills Are Alive. It was The Sound of
Oh,
Music.
Oh, perfect. I think that's about transformation, because music is harmony. and vibration, and the hills are alive. I mean, I can just see the beautiful hills, and talk about
Maybe
a
he's saying I'm
beautiful
still
energy.
alive in another, just in another place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a decision to make that he's helping you with, or some choices? It's like,
That
here's
might be
Lord
what
Ganesh.
is. Mhm.
Yeah. And he's looking at all the different choices, or all the different gifts that he has too.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
and all the different gifts that you have,
Yes.
and embracing that. So,
Uh-huh.
we so often we don't embrace what we have and how great we are, and sing our divine light and our harmony,
Yep.
our light.
Yeah.
I don't always mean to pull so many different cards. However, positivity came out, and right below it was angelic, right?
Oh.
So I had to look at the bottom of the deck, and it just says the energy.
Mm-hmm.
And my thought is this: go to the hills and listen for his message, because he's trying to reach.
When you're out walking, she does so much work with all those animals, and I think he might be recognizing that as well. That he's preparing her for something. Um, he was a wonderful musician. I took piano lessons from him. Oh wow,
Lisa.
yeah, it's
What
a
a
nice
beautiful
memory. Yeah, it's a nice memory.
Yeah.
Yep, Terry does nail it really well. She really does. Yeah. Yep.
I have Ganesha envy. I like that deck. I think that might be the one I have to get.
I love this deck.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's nice. Well, Lisa, I hope that answers you. I think he's going to, he sang like an angel, according to you, in a way. He was very good at what he did. You had a kind of a crush on him, but who wouldn't? And I don't know. I've had crushes on many gay guys, so I totally get it. Freddie Mercury is one that I have still. But there's just something special. My friend says they're like girlfriends. That's what she calls them. They're like like Annie says they have they give you good clothing advice and haircut advice. And you can hang out with them and there's no tension. Never any tension, because you already know that they're gay and they know you're straight, and so you just have a great time. So
And
Yeah.
they can tell you off and still love you.
Yep,
And give
that's
you the
true.
best.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, he was hilarious too. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
as far as you haven't talked to him in many years and he has passed, he's still part of who you were. It's part of your soul family. Yeah.
Lisa, yeah, I'm wondering, do you look in the mirror and see all those attributes in yourself? Because I think we all see those in you.
Yes.
You have that
You have that.
wicked
Yeah.
sense of humor and knowledge and wisdom. Yeah. And you're fun. You're funny.
You are.
So shuffling this jumped out. This is just for you, Lisa. It's a goddess.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I agree, Amanda. I understand. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, that was a nice. All right. So Juanita has another dream here. The other night, I asked my guides to show me what my current spirit animal is. When I woke up, I remembered a white duck. And also in that same dream, there were dancers. It was a good dream. White duck. Purity, right? Let's see what a duck means.
Duck is
Positive symbol. They want you to lighten up and enjoy life more, especially if it's white, because white is purity, you know?
Mhm.
So it's from the angelic realm. I agree. You were petting the duck. All right. Well,
Yeah, the duck is also in the water, in the land. Um,
true.
so, and water is life. It's also healing,
Mm-hmm.
Juanita.
You know, people also say, "You lucky duck." Do you ever remember
Yeah,
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that to somebody? Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Lucky duck.
Lucky duck.
Yeah. You
Definitely.
lucky. I know.
Yeah. Lighten up, huh?
And the
Juanita.
dancing is lightening up, isn't it? I mean, it's like lifting your feet off the ground.
Yeah. It
So,
can also be playing with energy, Juanita.
ooh,
Because you're dancing or they're dancing, they're in the water, and that purity, that white color,
So
that is also in the air, right, Rossi? Yeah.
that's true, Rossi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that you're being too serious about something
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and that you do need to lighten up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's something gnawing at
You
you
need
and
more
this,
balance. That's
yeah,
what they want. Yeah. It's
right?
time for balance.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The dancers were throwing themselves through the air. Oh, like what is it?
That,
Lords are leaping, ladies
well,
dancing.
of course, that's what I was singing in my head because who were the ones dancing? But Lords Are
Uh-huh.
Leaping is what I was getting.
Yeah,
9 Lords Are Leaping, isn't that it?
yeah.
Sounds
9
just
lords are
swimming,
leaping.
6 geese a laying,
Yeah.
5
10 ladies
golden
dancing.
rings.
Yeah.
But there's no duck.
Oh yeah, medicine cards. Yeah, that they connect with the earth, water, and the air. They can traverse all of them, so they're enlightened.
And
Yeah.
that brings us to your egg timer because they lay eggs.
That's true.
on a regular
Which is
basis.
fertile,
Very
correct?
fertile. Yeah.
Yeah,
Creative.
Yep. How about you, Kelly? What you got?
I get, Juanita, that you need to play. You need to make more time to play, and I agree that just not all work and no play, that there is a balance there.
Right.
But yeah, don't forget don't forget to have fun and play, and I'm just embrace the happiness and fun is what
Mm-hmm.
I get.
Mm-hmm. Work less, play more.
Yeah.
Take a day trip. Take a week trip.
Take a road
Uh-huh.
trip.
Don't tempt me. That's my favorite thing to do. It really is. I'm happiest on the road. So.
Really? I love that.
I've lived in 11 states.
Oh my goodness.
And I've been to 49 of them. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Which
I
one
know.
is missing? What state is missing?
Alaska. Yeah. Still got to get there sometime. But, you know. My
State of-
daughter went.
That's halfway there.
That's halfway there. Right. A representative. A representative will be with you in a moment.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Freedom. Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Have fun, Juanita. Life's too short
Yeah.
to be so serious.
Everybody needs to lighten up. I
Mhm.
Yeah.
think that's a big.
Juanita
big,
says she would like to travel one day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, Juanita, or anybody here. I know, Juanita, you're compared to me, you're fairly a young woman. So
Right.
do it before you retire. Don't wait till you retire, because people never get there when they wait that long. We have to really make the time to do these things when we're healthy enough. And for me, borrow whatever money, that was me, borrow whatever money you needed to at the time, because later on, it's just not going to be there. You don't
They
know
don't
what
give it.
Yeah.
They're less inclined to give it to you when they're our age, Ellie.
Yes.
And I'm older than you.
Advice.
I know.
Great advice.
Yep. It really made, I did that with my kids. We just went everywhere and did everything. And I never regretted it, not 1 second, you know, and now they do it. They continue to do it. And I love it.
Right.
So Annie says a duck is emotions soothed, seek out emotional comfort and protection and stay in comfortable environment. Difficulties will be easy. It's really, really good. It's
Yeah.
a great, great dream, Juanita.
Yeah.
Especially all the dancing. It's like
Yeah.
you were on Broadway with the duck and
Mhm.
Get away for one day. Go to, you know, I don't know what state you live in, but
he's in Oregon.
go
Yeah.
spelunking. Take
Yeah.
a day and go in a cavern somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very auspicious.
And that's the thing. If you travel, will a person ever have any regrets?
My husband used to say that do not gift me things. I want experiences.
Mhm.
And it really does make a difference because, you know, your unless you have Alzheimer's, I suppose, and I'm not trying to be funny, but,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
you can't remember, but your memories are always there,
Mhm.
usually, unless you
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I agree. Annie, you're a homebody. Yeah, my mother was like that, and I have a lot of other friends that are like that. My father actually just put the love of travel. He was a Gemini, and we had wheels under our feet all the time. And Keith's the same way. Yeah.
A Gemini with a Sagittarius moon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. And my daughter's a Sagittarius.
The only thing that brings me home is my Libra rising because she's
That's
tired
it.
and she wants to go to sleep.
I get it. I get it. All right. So we have our Barbara here with a dream. She dreamt last night that her grandparents, mom and dad, and I were sitting on a blanket having a picnic. Family was younger, but I was my age now. We started to have an earthquake, and I woke up. Is the earthquake in the dream? I don't think we had one. I know you're in here in Washington, but I'm not sure.
There was one in Northern California today.
Was there? Okay. We had one a couple weeks ago here, but I'm guessing it. And Barbara, you probably have an answer, but you had a dream about an earthquake, maybe. All right.
So they're younger, but you're this age. But I think there's something more than just the nostalgia of it going on here.
Yep, there is. So a picnic is a gathering, informal gathering, but you're outside and you're sitting on a blanket or you're sitting at a, what do you call it, a picnic table.
Breaking bread, sharing past memories.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Again,
Yeah.
Food for
Oh, yeah.
thought.
Food for
Yes.
thought.
I hope Yogi Bear wasn't anywhere near you because you would lose your picnic basket.
Mr. Ranger, sir.
Yogi.
Boo Bear.
Boo Bear.
Okay, I'm pulling some beloved dead cards, and the first thing I'm getting is self-care, an act of love. And so I'm seeing that the picnic is an act of love. You're breaking bread with your family.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're older, you're just wiser because you lived through so much, even though they were younger than you. And then I get, it was a taste of home. That's what it was, Barbara. A taste because you were eating, having a picnic, and people all around you and how you remembered them in the past.
Yeah. Barbara, have they all walked out of their body? Are they the physical? Are they in spirit?
I think
I
so.
don't know if she's here. I haven't seen her
Okay.
reply. It would be good to know, though.
I think so.
Yes.
Well, picnic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then at the bottom of the deck was the nostalgia card.
Oh, sure.
Mm.
Hi, Marby.
And people do that. But it's not the excursion that it once was, you know?
Right.
Like it's like you see the same people doing it and not
But the
droves.
earthquake shook it all up
Well,
because it ended.
and
I
the
think
metaphor,
it's bringing her back.
Oh, bringing her back to reality.
Mhm.
Yes.
Bringing her back.
Okay.
I think that she was. I think she really visited him because you know how they say when
Yes.
we cross over we're younger, and
Yep.
and because she's still here in the present world, she was her age. So I really believe that she went on a picnic with them last night or whatever the stream was, and was just, it was nostalgic. It was like a family reunion, and they were enjoying. And what brings people together but food and family. And then I really think that the earthquake was
A way of shaking things up.
Mhm.
I get she immersed herself, and that sounds right. She immersed
Oh.
herself in the story.
Yeah.
well, and yeah, is
Okay,
That
the
was-
earthquake was in a dream. Thanks, Barbara. Okay. So the people that you're with, have they all crossed over in the dream? Have they all passed that are with you at the picnic? Terry was asking.
Yeah, because it feels like a visitation.
Mhm.
So getting your angels coming to you, inspiration. They're bringing you inspiration. They're also coming and breaking bread with you, feeding you inspiration. So, and the earthquake could have been surrender and release. So when we let go of something, it does, when we have a big growth spurt, it
Yes.
is like the earth moving.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or the tower card, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
The tower card is, everything crumbling before it gets a new life,
and the
Oh,
earthquake.
I love that. Yeah. And if we look,
Well, and then not just waking her up and bringing her back to reality, but if we think about how earthquakes as a metaphor have changed those sorts of things from the past period. Like we had COVID and everybody was afraid to go anywhere and
Yeah.
do get out and have picnics and family gatherings, great gatherings of many people, not just family,
Right. Unless you were me and you had your Christmas out on the front lawn with an awning, and it was 30 degrees, and we were all bundled up because we didn't want to get COVID from each other, but we didn't want
But
to
we
not have
did
Christmas.
it.
I love that. I love it.
Good girl.
that's amazing.
We have a bonfire.
It was like,
Canopy.
I'll never forget that Christmas. I can tell you that right now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a memory.
it
And
is.
what way to make a memory?
That's right.
My
So she
parents-
says her parents are still alive. Barbara's parents are still alive, but she did say her grandparents were in the dream. So would you say that has something to do with reconnection?
Yeah.
That could be also, then your parents would represent, it'd be like a metaphor of who they are for you, like those aspects of yourself, like the calmness or the, funny, curious.
Mhm.
What part of yourself would they represent that you're feeding?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
you're young when your grandparents are most active with you. As we
I like
get older,
this
our
too.
grandparents age also, and so many of them leave.
Yeah.
Past,
And I
the
love that.
past is there. The present is Barbara,
Yeah.
and the future being together eventually, as we all will be.
Yeah.
Right?
On the other side, after the
Mhm.
big earthquake.
Oh dear. Well, you know that when someone passes, the ground is not really stable under your feet because you're dealing with grief and you're dealing with losing somebody. Even if you know that it was the best place for them or what was going on for them, it's still very startling, don't you think?
Are you worried about your parents, Barbara?
Ah, maybe. Just like Helly is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because a lot of people, like for me, my parents passed when I was in my 30s, and I have seen my friends whose parents have passed like in their 60s or older, and they've had to care for them. And I know like Alice Leong just lost her dad,
Mm,
and a lot of people have to deal with aging parents, and I didn't have to deal with that. I
Mhm.
mean, I lost my parents young, but I didn't have that. So,
Right.
yeah.
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 I do love the idea. Hi, Jessry. Hi, Pisces. Nice to see you. Um, I do like the idea about the aspects of the self, because when I was talking about my dad, I said he liked to travel, and my father was a funny man and everything. And I love those things about him. And my mother was the homebody. She didn't want to go traveling around. She
Mhm.
was a Taurus. And so, but she was very loving and very kind, and she was a great cook. And some of those things that I admire are qualities that you could pull out by bringing people into your dreams that embody those qualities.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that.
Oh,
My
well.
parents were the same,
Uh-huh.
Allie. Yeah.
Were
My
they?
dad traveled all the time, and my mom,
Uh-huh. And mom wanted to stay home.
not
Yeah.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So her mom is 89, her dad is 93. Well, Barbara, I have to say that you are fortunate to still have them around. So
It's
Yes.
God
beautiful,
bless you, dear.
Barbara.
Yeah. God bless you. Wow. Well, anything else, ladies, from this? This is the only one I have right now. So unless somebody else has, good night, Laura. Thanks for coming by, sweetheart. I know you're on the East Coast. What you got there, Terry?
I have one. Me,
Oh,
me,
good.
me.
Yay!
It's not a very long dream.
Doesn't matter.
Um, well, it was, but this is the part that I remembered. Um, so I was shopping in a grocery store, and it's a grocery store of the future. I could tell it's in the future. And it was like designer food. And there were all these shelves everywhere, walls and walls of shelves.
Mm.
And everything was very small. Like I went to the meat section, and the little steaks were all rolled up perfectly. And for some reason, I could tell that they hadn't been harmed or whatever. I don't know if it was grown in a lab or what, but it was all designer food. Um, and there were black shelves like a boutique, um, and little tiny rolls of steak. I was going to buy some for my son. So I put those in my bag. And when I was checking out, the manager came up and he was like, "Oh, hello, hello, Terry." He and his assistant managers, and they had a fellow in a wheelchair, and he was sound asleep. He was just exhausted. And they said, "This is the best furrier in the world, or farrier, whatever they are." Who are the guys that shear the sheep?
Yeah. Farrier. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the best one in the world,
Mm.
and we want you to use him if you need anything. And I'm looking at him like, he's not. He's like, and I was like, "Thank you very much, but I have someone that does a great job." Um, I didn't want to be rude and tell them that I didn't need it.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all I remember of it.
Well, I'm intrigued that you have a farrier of your own to begin with.
I know.
Me too.
The first thing I thought of was meet George Jetson. His
Well,
son.
and I saw Mr. Whipple when she said the manager.
And I saw Mr. Spacely, who was the manager.
They were in little white jackets like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting the Jetsons too.
It could have been. I could have been galactic. It could have been on a ship
Yeah.
because it was that cool.
Yeah,
I
and you
hadn't
just
thought
have
about
little
that,
things,
Callie.
right? You have little things, and they're like energy things. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, here's your meal, and you drop water on
It's
it. and
interesting
bingo.
that the manager says if you need your sheep taken care of, And
Yeah.
and so, I mean, what do we call people that don't think for themselves? Not you. I'm not saying
Lot
it's
of
you,
sheep.
but
Yeah.
other folk are, they call them sheep, like they just go along with the herd.
Right. With whatever they follow the leader, they follow the dog, they follow, somebody else's direction.
Mm-hmm.
They get lost on their own.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
I like
Modern,
this.
new, and old.
Terry, you're a shepherdess. I love that, Rossi.
Little
And
Bo-
you are, Terry. You are. You
Little Bo
are.
Peep.
You bring people in every day to a meditation every
Well, and
morning.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Just like Yeshua, hurting her meditations. I don't like it when I miss a day.
Mhm.
Aw, thanks, Diana.
A lot of
Really,
people have said
because
that, Terry. A lot of people say that.
They're
you know,
amazing.
like it's not that I don't do that for myself anyway,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
aren't we always in a state of meditation when we live like we do? But
Mhm.
there's something about doing it with community and your voice.
I like this because even though it was a grocery store of the future, Anne says we still need old tech with the new.
Mhm.
So
I love
she
that, Anne.
shared.
Yeah.
Well, and we're still eating.
Yeah.
I just looked up the sheep totem meaning,
Uh-huh.
and it says compassionate and creative. And what is Terry? You are
Aw.
compassionate and creative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. I
wow,
love
Amanda.
that.
There you go.
Sheep are
Yeah.
humble. They're humble creatures.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Amanda.
Yeah. You have a stake in this.
Oh,
Oh, the steak.
right. And it's neatly packaged.
It is. It's all rolled up like a scroll almost. It was really odd.
Mhm. Has a message.
Yeah.
Like thin rolled beef. Remember those days?
Mhm.
Those German dishes?
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Book Bewitched, you're cracking me up. I'm
I
tearing
know.
shit. I'm okay with this.
She doesn't want to be one of your sheep.
Nobody's my sheep. I'll tell you what, it's all
As a whole.
spirit, it's not me. But it
Right.
is the group, and it's that group energy. Incredible
Yes,
energy.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
Community energy is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the community. It's not me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
But everybody comes together and brings all that energy.
We're all flocking
in.
to you, baby.
Mhm. Just don't bring your son on with a flock of eagles haircut. You know?
Wait, isn't that the name of a band?
Yes.
Flock Eagles?
They had their
Flock
hair this
Eagles.
way.
Yeah.
They had like waved and yeah.
They had the whole wave. I had the bump, the big,
Yeah.
the bang.
It wasn't like a DA though. Remember the DAs?
Oh,
yeah.
It wasn't like that. Yeah.
We all had
Yeah.
to have that. That was
Shake
the
a
first
tail
time
feather.
my mother cut my hair. Let me give you a trim. That was no trim.
I like that song. Speaking of Billy Joel, I got a pack of cigarettes and some Sin. Remember that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got an old tin of Sin right
That's
here.
right. Yeah.
I still.
All right.
still
Annie
seek
says
it
she
out.
had a dream of the future. 99% of people could not tell the difference between real and recorded. That's why it's so important. I share the stories yes, you're absolutely right,
Yeah.
because we've got AI now. And somebody just said that somebody recorded something and then they said, but it could have been AI.
See, yeah.
Mm.
One,
That's why I don't care for it. But
they just did something with Pence, didn't they?
oh, wouldn't surprise me. Did you see the pictures of like Lindsey Graham and Mike Pence and a few other people dressed up like women, and they had all these beautiful clothes on and everything? It was all pictures,
Oh,
but it wasn't them. It was AI.
AI.
Mm.
Yeah, no. Yes, Annie Bear. And you know what? There was a day last year. It was a very cold day. I was walking in the setting sun And Elena the Trods is one of my guides, and she screamed exactly what you're talking. You cannot let go of the past because you are of the future. That's your role.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why, I was walking around thinking, okay, so why can't I've always got one foot in the old ways, one foot in the past. And that was echoing in the woods.
Mm. Wow.
Do you have one foot in or do you feel it? You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's I have tried. I get to a point where I'm like, no, that can't happen. It just can't happen. I can be 5D, 6D, no matter what you say, but with it, it's tied to those days because they were innocently lacking education,
Yes.
but they still
Now
had,
there's no excuse. Is that what you
right.
mean? Yeah.
They still had that connection to the higher source.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm getting chills. I can't wait to do Merlin. Okay, so Merlin does things to me. Let me tell you, he gets the pixies to hide things. Do we have another dream? Am I taking enough time for
No,
somebody?
you can talk about it. We can go over a little bit. Yep.
Okay. So, last week Thursday, I was in a breakout room with the practice group, and she read my grandmother that I've never met perfectly. She saw the pictures that are sitting on the shelf in my studio.
Oh.
And I took a break for a second and grabbed some hot tea, and I went to go grab those photographs to show her that she hit the nail on the head, particularly Lillian with the horse. And they were gone. They were not there.
Oh no. Really?
I went looking the next day. They were not there.
What?
I went looking the next day. They were not there.
Have they shown
I
up?
texted my brother Doug and said, did I give you those to scan? Because he does all the ancestry work for my father's side of the family. And he said, I don't have those pictures. I took pictures of the pictures. I don't scan them into anything. I said, okay. I went and looked Monday morning. And there they were sitting on the shelf where they've always been.
Whoa.
Just like when stone disappeared, my palm stone disappeared. I looked under these cushions 30 times. If I looked once, it wasn't there. Then one cat ball went off, and later on that night, I was fluffing the cushions to sit down with y'all for a dream session, and there it was under the cushion.
I remember that.
Mm.
I think Gloria's doing this actually.
I didn't know she had opposing thumbs. They must be retractable.
Gloria's her dog. So
Aw.
Gloria and Excelsis Deo. So there's a possibility.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, the older I get, the more I have this time thing going on. And I do know that time is not linear.
Right.
That time we're living in all times, and we're living in different timelines, different spaces in time, different dimensions, all of that. But I have this sense of grief sometimes, and I think it's the death of a dream, if that makes any sense. And I don't mean a dream like at night, but I mean like a dream of
fulfillment.
Fulfillment, correct? Yeah. And it's really awful when I get on this tangent to listen to music, because then it's really bad, because I'm transported back to whatever it was, and I wonder how everything has gone so fast. So I'm wondering, if you were living in that house, you've been living there a few years, but before that you were in another place in Virginia. And between those two times, you had stuff in boxes. And my feeling is you just walked into the room and it was just hadn't been unpacked, or that it was, I don't know.
Oh, no, they've been on the shelf because those were the first things that got unpacked once
Okay.
because that's all my family's antique photos from pre 1900
Okay.
to now.
Okay.
And so, these of Lillian in particular are important because I feel I'm her reincarnated. I don't know for sure, but
Oh.
I feel that I'm her.
Yep.
And the pixies are really good at hiding things right under your nose.
Yeah.
You go in there and little imps, those guys, and they just make you not see it.
Especially if they know you were really attached to it.
Yes. And because then I became frantic, and that's their joke.
Yeah.
Look at what she's doing.
Well, the elementals are kind of going crazy right now. So yeah.
They really
yeah.
are. Yeah. The other thing, the veil's thinning, and as the veil thins, it seems like there are blank spaces in vision. Like you can look, and there'll be kind of a negative space, not in a bad connotation, but just in that there's nothing there.
Yep.
It feels like there's a vortex everywhere, like the night I was reading the tea leaves.
Right. Well, a lot of things have changed since then for you, I think. Made it more. It reminds me of the movie Somewhere in Time, where he's living in this other world, and then he looks down and he sees like a coin from his time, 1980 or something, and he gets immediately transported back to
quantum.
Quantum leap.
Quantum field.
And it's really a beautiful representation of those spaces that are being held by different timelines, different people, and that's where your ghosts come in as well, right? I mean, you have people that are sort of trapped in there.
Yeah.
So, how old is your house?
This house was built the same year as my house in Virginia, 1969.
Oh, okay. So it's not old.
So but this is Native American
land.
Yeah. We used to live in a house where my kids still bring up that I'd have to go to work in the morning, and my keys would be gone every morning, and I'd be hollering at the kids, "What'd you do with my keys? What'd you do with my keys?" And it wasn't them. It was the house was an old farmhouse. It was built in I think 1887, I think. Well, and just to set the ground, when we moved in, that's when you didn't have cell phones. It was just landlines, and we didn't have the landline hooked up. And the first night we slept there, the phone rang. It was
I've had an alarm clock go off that had no batteries in it. So I get it.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you stories, but we'll save them for ghost night.
Yeah. By the way, I wish you would be here, Kelly, but I know you're traveling. But next Thursday night, we're going to have a ghost panel. And Carolyn and Peter Booker are going to be here, and the rest of us, we're going to be talking about that. Oh, here's Carolyn asking you, who is the lady in the big hat? Say hi to your past life.
Ooh, Carolyn.
Lillian.
Oh, it is somebody you know then. Ah.
That's your grandmother, right?
That's my grandmother. She died in 1934, so of course I didn't meet her.
Right.
If you decide to do another show with Carolyn, I would love to be.
Oh, absolutely, sweetheart.
Because I lived in so many haunted houses and I shouldn't say haunted. It's just crazy.
This could be a series, actually, because I think a lot of people will remember something, and having her look, listen to your experience and see what she gets out of it. Would be very interesting.
Yeah.
What color is the hat? Eve Lee says.
It's hard for me to tell because it's not a sepia tone photograph, but it's in that room.
Oh.
And
was she from Poland?
First generation born here. Okay. She might have been born in Poland, but I don't think so. I think she was born here.
Okay.
Her parents everybody's parents were born in Poland. My grandmother was probably born on the boat. I don't know. On the way over. My grandmother was born in 1896. They were already here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother was, this is on my mother's side. Lillian is my father's mother.
Oh, okay.
So, Busha had 16 kids. And my grandmother was one of the oldest.
Okay.
With Adam, Sophia, Cass, and then I think it was my grandmother was the fourth oldest.
Oh.
And I could rattle down all the names of those that I remember, but and then there were some that didn't make it. A couple died when they were 2, and
It's like my mother's family, they were 13. Yeah.
Yeah, and 12 years old. Well, the pandemic of 1917.
1918. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was born in 1917. So, yeah.
So he got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Good
grandparents
babies.
were born in like 1860 something. So I never knew any of these people. Yeah. But interesting, huh? Oh, Book Bewitched says it's white. The hat is white. Well,
Wow.
WTAF. I don't do this.
I love it. There's a lot of energy. Yeah.
We
Good to
are in the midst of a huge ascension book. Trusted and allow. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Quite an interesting night we've had.
My mother would be screaming at me, close those, or not my mother, my mother's mother, my grandmother would be screaming, close those drawers. I never close drawers anymore. I got stuff sitting in them because they're fun to look at. And if I close a drawer, I can't see all this good stuff. So come on into my studio and just throw the confetti and the glitter.
It's funny you said that because I think I look around at my stuff and I love I like the things I've accumulated. But then I thought the same thing will happen to my stuff that happened to my parents' stuff that happened to their parents' stuff. You get a big old dumpster and you get it all thrown away when you die because nobody else has any interest in it. Yeah.
But that's not always true because my kids come in here and go, Ma, you got so much cool shit.
Oh, well, that's cool. Mine said, I don't want any of your shit. So.
Right? If they don't want my shit, they'll at least take it to Salvation Army where other people.
Well, I said, you got to try to sell the stuff anyway, Some of it's worth some money. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of antiques too, so.
I want to
I
show you.
appreciate them.
If you can see it here, there's a beautiful, you probably can't, but I
can see it.
Can you?
The moons,
Chakras.
crest of sorts.
Yeah, it's a chakra.
I love it.
Carolyn and Peter sent me that, and it's all chip stones of all the chakra colors.
Awesome.
So there it is, right
Wow.
behind me.
I love
Yeah,
it. What a beautiful gift.
I know. It really was sweet.
Very, very special.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, all right, ladies. So will you be here next week then, Kelly, or are you leaving to go?
I will be. We leave on Thursday, so
Okay.
I'll be here next Wednesday. But we fly back the 1st, so I'll have to miss that show.
Okay.
So I'll be with you guys in spirit. I promise.
Well, we'll have the seat warm for you, so we'll be here.
Mm.
Happy
Thank you.
treating.
Happy trails.
Many so time.
Next Thursday.
I just jumped timelines again. Oh my goodness. And here we go. My computer has said you've been on 36 minutes for a while.
Oh, yeah.
But we've been on an hour and
So we
9
got
minutes.
another 36 minutes to go.
That's a 9. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tesla's with us as well.
I guess so.
You gain
Thank you,
time,
everybody.
Annie. That's amazing.
I know. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, Kelly, Diana, Terry. Love you. Thank you, everybody in the chat. It was wonderful sharing time with you again.
Yes, love you all.
Sweet,
Thanks,
sweet
everybody.
dreams, everybody.
Have good dreams. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.